Here we go. That's right. Welcome back to the Off the Download channel. You know, today we're going to talk about this Brian Laundrie FBI release. So, let me put that up here. Excuse me. I'll go ahead and read through this. Get right into it. If you are new to this channel, I do true crime and some conspiracy. And thanks for stopping by. If you are returning, one of my returning subscribers, thank you very much for coming back and checking this out. So what we have here is the FBI Denver, from Denver, Public Affairs Specialist from the FBI, Amy Sampson. So here we go. Yesterday, the family of Gabby Petito met with the FBI at the Tampa field office as of the investigation. Remember, this was on the 21st, so this is about 9 days ago. I've been trying to absorb all of this, so I kind of had a few, I guess, comments on this. Just kind of skim through this. All logical investigative steps have been concluded in this case. FBI Special Agent in charge Michael Schneider. The investigation did not identify any other individuals other than Brian Laundrie directly involved in this tragic death of Gabby Petito. The FBI's primary focus throughout the investigation was to bring justice to Gabby and her family. The public's role in helping us in this endeavor was invaluable as the investigation was covered in the media around the world. On behalf of the FBI, I want to express my deepest appreciation to the public and for the thousands of tips that were provided during the investigation, to our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners for their work throughout the investigation, blah, blah, blah. So, Gabby's family, they opened this investigation in the disappearance of her on September 12th. Organized the search in the remote area on September 19th. Now here, we're just going to skip to this. We already know all this. Here's the timeline. FBI investigation revealed that between August 30th and September 1st, Mr. Laundrie had used Miss Petito's debit card without authorization on his drive back to Florida. Excuse me. After Petito's death, there were several text messages identified between Mr. Laundrie's telephone and Miss Petito's telephone. The timing and content of these messages are indicative of Mr. Laundrie attempting to deceive law enforcement by giving the impression that Miss Petito was still alive. Bastard. On September 15th, Mr. Laundrie's Ford Mustang was recovered from the T. Mabry Carlton Reserve. So it looks like he drove back for those 2 days. And September 17th, Mr. Laundrie's parents reported him missing, and law enforcement conducted a welfare check at their residence. On September 18th, the very next day, officials commenced to extensive search on the park for Mr. Laundrie's vehicle, where it was parked, and did not locate Mr. Laundrie. The area where Mr. Laundrie's remains were later found was part of the search area, but the area was submerged due to recent flooding of the time of his initial search. On the 22nd of September, they issued an arrest warrant for Mr. Laundrie for using her phone and her debit card. On the 7th of October, law enforcement made a request through Laundrie's family attorney to provide personal effects to law enforcement, which were used to assist in the search. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. On October 20th, After the water had receded from the area, the park was reopened. Mr. Bertolino notified the enforcement that Mr. Laundrie's parents intended to return to the park to search for Mr. Laundrie. Law enforcement officers were present for Mr. Laundrie's parents, located an item in the park later determined to belong to Mr. Laundrie. Upon further search, the area investigators found human remains later confirmed to be Mr. Laundrie, along with a backpack, notebook, and a revolver. They did find the gun. At first they said that they didn't have the gun, but now it says here that they did find the gun. A review of the notebook revealed written statements Mr. Laundrie claiming responsibility for Miss Petito's death. On the 23rd of November, District 12 medical examiner released its report on the matter of the cause of the death of Mr. Laundrie. The report concluded that Mr. Laundrie died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So, when I look, also there is this, does this it here? Here it says, this is a, I'm not sure what this is, but I found it on the web here. Mr. Laundrie, who led police on a month-long nationwide connection with the strangulation death of his fiancée, died of a gunshot wound to the head, consistent with a suicide, taking his own life. Mr. Laundrie's remains were found in the Carlton Reserve in the mid-October, but in the autopsy that followed, no manner or cause of death was determined. The remains were then examined by a forensic anthropologist. Police had searched the park for weeks, but only found skeletal remains. He initially went missing on September 14th, about 2 weeks after returning home from Florida. September 19th, her body was found by manual here. Laundrie was never charged with Petito's, but the arrest warrant was issued for him after he used the debit card without permission. He's regarded as a person of interest. So, also, I found that this is his arrest warrant. So, here it says that, is this it here? In his notebook, they're not releasing the notebook. The notebook has been maybe given to his parents. And what they found, though, in the notebook was that in the court filing, they claimed their son left behind a Bank of America account that held $20,000. The Laundries also revealed Brian was debt-free at the time of his death. The son, Christopher and Roberta may have been tipped off about the money through his notebook. The FBI has never revealed what was inside of it. So if he had $20,000, why in the hell was he using her debit card to get, to fund his way home? I don't understand that. What a damn selfish ass. Pompous ass this guy was. So Brian Laundrie's notebook revealed that he had $20,000 in his bank account despite stealing from his fiancée. Gabby, it may have been given to his parents. Chris and Roberta filed a petition to claim their son's assets following the death. Why don't they give her back her money that he stole? A couple is asking to the administrator, whatever, the records that they submitted Brian's death certificate in court along with the information in his bank account and property. The exact content of his notebook were unknown. So here's the problems I have with this. First of all, he had money. Second of all, they found the gun when they first found him. Why did they say that they didn't have the gun? There was a gun missing or whatnot, or what? Why is there was there all this, ambiguous information about the gun and if he had the gun on him, but they had it. The revolver was there. I don't trust the FBI. And shouldn't they have a press conference or something like that to let us know, what's going on with this? Or, if it's closed or whatever, most of the time in certain or many, I should say, many other true, any other crimes or cases that are brought about, there's a press conference. I watch religiously in Florida Grady Judd. I love him. Sheriff Grady Judd. And why didn't they have Grady cover this? I know it's not his, maybe it's out of his jurisdiction, but you know what? They should have had somebody. I know the FBI was heading this, and they were the ones that were, this person here of who's the special agent in charge, Michael Schneider. Now, the FBI Denver Division special agent in charge, he is Michael Schneider. It's at his discretion whether or not he wants to release this or that or have any type of media or anything that's released in this. He chose not to. So, and he chose not to have a press conference. For what reason, I do not know. But I would like to have had some type of closure. I know that the Petitos and they met with the FBI at the Tampa field office. And I know they were there for like 8 hours, a little over 8 hours. And I know that there was some type of a compromise they had made with the information that I've got. They had some type of compromise with the Gabby's and Brian's belongings. So the one thing about this, there's two things that we found out about this that is new from this FBI investigative report here, and I'm going to show you this. Let me get this back up on here. I'm going to show you this part here. This is something new. On September 19th, the search team located the remains of Miss Petito at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area near where she and Brian Laundrie had been seen together. Miss Petito was found approximately 3 weeks after her last known communication. The Teton County Coroner's Office subsequently concluded Miss Petito died of blunt force injuries to the head and neck with manual this. While law enforcement investigated all logical leads, the investigation quickly focused on the last person believed to see her alive, Mr. Laundrie. So, he had money. He didn't need her money. He also, we learned from this, I'm going to go out on this, that she was he didn't only do what he did with his hands to squeeze the life out of her, but he also apparently struck her with blunt force to the head and neck as well. This is what we learned, and also that he had 20 grand that he didn't need to spend her money at all. So what's What I would think is if he didn't use her card and he hadn't have used her card illegally or whatever or whatnot, would they have even put in a would they have even had a warrant for his arrest if he hadn't used it? What would they have done? Would they have not have put out the FBI? What do they call that? This arrest warrant. Would they not have put this arrest warrant out if he wouldn't have used them? If he had used his own money, the indictment. It's pretty crazy. So, anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. So there's a couple of things that we learned from that, and the timeline and whatnot. And I wish they would have a press conference to kind of put all of this stuff together for us, you know. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and God bless the Petitos and her family, and rest in peace, Gabby. Brian and the Laundries. And I still think they should be brought up with some type of charges with this timeline and everything. Somebody needs to go through that and see if there was any type of malintent, any type of obstruction of justice, or harboring, or just keeping information from. I think that's obstruction. And anyways, let's see what happens, and let's cross our fingers. Signing off. I'm out.